Part 1. Returning a defective mobile phone to the store.
You have some time to look at the questions.
Alina, good afternoon. I bought this mobile phone from your store last week, but I've been having some problems with it. Store assistant. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What kind of problems are you experiencing? Alina. Well, for starters, the phone keeps shutting down randomly, even when the battery is above 50%. Also, the screen sometimes freezes, and I have to restart it manually. It's been really frustrating. Store assistant. That does sound annoying. Have you tried updating the software or doing a factory reset? Alina. Yes, I've done both. I even contacted the manufacturer's support line, but they suggested I return it to the store since it's still under warranty. Store assistant. I see. Do you have the receipt or any proof of purchase with you? Alina. Yes, here it is. I bought it 7 days ago, so it should still be within your return or exchange policy. Store assistant. Thank you. Yes, you're right. It's well within the 14-day return window. Since the product is clearly defective, we can offer you a few options. You can either exchange it for the same model, choose a different one, and pay the difference if needed, or receive a full refund. Alina. Honestly, I'm a bit disappointed with this model. I think I'd rather get a refund and take some time to decide on a better option. Store assistant. That's completely understandable. Just give me a moment while I process the return. Would you prefer the refund to go back to your card or as store credit? Alina. To my card, please. I used my debit card when I purchased it. Store assistant. No problem. The refund should appear in your account within 3 to 5 business days. Would you like a confirmation receipt emailed to you? Alina. Yes, please. That would be great. Store assistant. All done. I've sent the confirmation to your email. Again, I'm really sorry about the inconvenience. If you decide to buy a different model, we'd be happy to help you choose one that suits your needs. Alina. Thank you. I appreciate your help. It's been a smooth process, despite the issue. Store assistant. You're welcome. Have a great day, and let us know if you need anything else. Alina. I will. Thanks again.
Part 2. A city council member discussing urban development plans.
You have some time to look at the questions.
A memorable occasion when I heard a city council member discuss urban development plans was during a community meeting held at our local civic center around 6 months ago. The event was organized by the municipal corporation to inform residents about the upcoming projects aimed at improving infrastructure and overall city life. The main speaker at the event was Mrs. Nivedita Rao, a senior city council member who's been serving our ward for several years. She's known for being very proactive and approachable, and many people in the community trust her judgment. She began her presentation with a short overview of the city's current challenges, such as overcrowded roads, lack of green spaces, outdated drainage systems, and rising pollution levels. Then she moved on to the actual development plan, which was quite ambitious but very well thought out. The city was planning a major transformation of the eastern side of the town, which included converting an abandoned industrial zone into a modern, multi-use urban space. The development would feature high-rise residential buildings, a new metro station, eco-friendly parks, and public cycling lanes. There were also plans to introduce a smart waste management system and improve water supply and sewage treatment facilities. What I really appreciated was the strong focus on sustainability. Mrs. Rao mentioned that all new buildings would follow green construction guidelines, including the use of solar panels, rainwater harvesting, and energy-efficient lighting. She also highlighted that over 25% of the land would be reserved for green cover, which is something our city badly needs. The discussion lasted for almost an hour, and afterward, there was an open Q&A session where local residents could share their concerns and suggestions. I even raised a point about ensuring better accessibility for senior citizens, and she took notes and assured that inclusive design would be a part of the final plan. I felt genuinely impressed and hopeful after attending the meeting. It was encouraging to see that the local government was taking concrete steps to not just modernize the city, but also to make it more livable, inclusive, and environmentally responsible. Listening to her gave me a sense of involvement in the city's progress, and I'm now more motivated to attend such public meetings in the future.
Part 3, a group brainstorming ideas for a research paper.
You have some time to look at the questions.
Artie, all right guys, we really need to get started on this research paper. The topic is the impact of urbanization on the environment. Any ideas where we should begin? Ravi, it's such a broad topic. Maybe we can narrow it down? Like focus on just one aspect, air pollution, water pollution, or deforestation? Neha, I agree. We could focus on how urbanization affects air quality in big cities. There's a lot of data available on that. Karen, air quality is a good idea. But what about water bodies? Urban waste often ends up polluting rivers and lakes. Artie, that's true. What if we choose our city as a case study? We could research how urban development has changed the local ecosystem. Neha, I love that. It'll make our paper more practical and specific. Ravi, okay, so let's list possible subtopics. I'll write them down. We have air quality, water pollution, green cover reduction, and impact on wildlife. Karen, don't forget noise pollution. It's often overlooked, but it's a real issue in urban areas. Artie, great point. Let's include that too. Now, how do we divide the work? Neha, I can take air quality. I already have some notes from a previous assignment. Ravi, I'll do water pollution and noise levels. I found some articles on that last week. Karen, I can handle the section on wildlife and green spaces. I've got some good photos and stats we can use. Artie, perfect. I'll do the introduction and conclusion, and also put the whole paper together. Let's meet again next week to review everything. Neha, sounds good. Should we make a shared folder to upload our drafts? Ravi, yes, I'll set it up and share the link. Karen, all right, this is going really well. We actually sound like a professional research team. Artie, let's keep this energy going. We might even end up with the top grade.
Part 4, the impact of the Industrial Revolution on the society.
You have some time to look at the questions.
The industrial revolutions represent some of the most significant turning points in human history. These revolutions occurred in phases, with the first industrial revolution beginning in the late 18th century, followed by the second in the 19th century, and even a third and fourth in more recent times. Each phase brought dramatic transformations in how people lived, worked, and interacted with the world around them. The first industrial revolution, which began in Britain, was primarily focused on mechanization. Key inventions such as the spinning jenny, the power loom, and James Watt's steam engine revolutionized textile manufacturing and transport. As factories emerged and began to replace cottage industries, People migrated en masse from rural areas to urban centers in search of jobs. This marked the beginning of rapid urbanization and the decline of traditional agricultural livelihoods. The social impact of this shift was enormous. Families who once worked together on farms or in small home-based industries found themselves working long hours in crowded, noisy, and often unsafe factories. Child labor was common, and workers had very few rights or protections. Living conditions in rapidly growing industrial cities were poor, with inadequate sanitation, overcrowded housing, and high levels of disease. Despite these hardships, the industrial age brought new economic opportunities and laid the foundation for the modern middle class. Over time, growing awareness of poor labor conditions led to the rise of labor unions and social reform movements, which pushed for improved wages, working conditions, and education. The Second Industrial Revolution, roughly from 1870 to 1914, introduced electricity, the internal combustion engine, mass production techniques, and new communication systems such as the telephone. These innovations brought even more profound changes to society. Factories could now operate more efficiently, transport networks expanded, and businesses became global in scope. Life became faster-paced, consumer culture began to emerge, and the standard of living for many people improved. However, it also increased the divide between industrialized and non-industrialized nations and further deepened issues like exploitation of workers and environmental degradation. Beyond economics and labor, the industrial revolutions had lasting cultural and intellectual impacts. The belief in human progress, scientific inquiry, and innovation grew stronger. Education became more widespread as literate workers were needed to operate new machines and manage growing industries. Social structures shifted as well. Aristocratic power declined, while industrial capitalists and business owners gained influence. Women gradually began to enter the workforce, especially during wartime, sparking early discussions around gender equality. In conclusion, the Industrial Revolutions reshaped society in complex ways. While they led to incredible advancements in technology, transportation, and production, they also introduced new challenges, including social inequality, labor exploitation, and environmental harm. Nevertheless, these revolutions were crucial in shaping the modern world, driving innovation, economic development, and changes in human behavior that continue to influence us today.
Now it's time to check your answers. You can pause your video.